Hello, am I audible? Let's play e-football. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Okay, am I audible? Let's go.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectation
rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And we have in front of us this glorious... And the shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Torres. Jota. Baresi does really well to win the ball there. Abiati gets it away. Over to the left. Now it's Batistuta. Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, there's a probing ball. Gilberto Silva calmly anticipates. Costa Curta attempts a clearance. Turkey are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Adams. Now it's Batistuta. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Wesley Sneijder. He may be small in size, but he's big on influence, and if he has lively movement around him, he'll find the runners. He's the pivot for all that goes forward.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Oh, that's ambitious.
Well, the keeper seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Batistuta. Neymar. Fenerbahce finding their passes. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. And here's the chance to counter. He's picked his way through. Puts in a cross.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cleared away. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Quadrado. That's a decent clearance. Turkey with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Tries to get it clear. Fenerbahce have the chance to go the other way. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Real chance. Tries a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was...
Up he goes! Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Well, that has not gone well. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0.
Substitution for Fenerbahce, number 9, Neymar. Coming on the field is number
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, the idea...
Belts one! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Turkey have their second corner now. He's got tall. Superb goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
Climbs up big! Goal! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Turkey are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And the volley. No, not quite.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
And he welcomes it in. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Schneider. Rivaldo. It's Rivaldo!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Rivaldo. Rivaldo! Magnificent! That is a gem! An absolute gem! He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Oh, the contact was fantastic, right on the bootlaces, and it packed a lot of venom for what was a really potent strike.
Fenerbahce get themselves back into contention.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. He's looking for the runner here. That's a nicely measured pass.
That's just playing it safe and simple. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals. Oh, that's such a good run. More of that, please.
There's the hit! He's scored!
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Turkey take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Now it's Diogo Jota. Stood up well to him there. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Schneider. Baresi. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Beckham. Well read, nice interception. Schneider has got himself a free kick. Good hit, kept the keeper honest. And here's Shevchenko. So that's it. It is all over. Turkey are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty as we've come. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Cleary and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. The ball has bounced loose. And Van Nistelrooy! Denied by an instinctive save.
Van Nistelrooy actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Portugal with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Tries to get it clear. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Corner number 2 then. That's a decent clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he was quick to react. Torres. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
And he shoots! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it was hit with great power, Peter, but sadly, not great precision.
Maldini. First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Diogo Jota. Turkey still without a single shot on target. In comes the cross.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves
He
set.
gets big! Goal! Turkey! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Turkey have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
He's got space in the area!
Jota.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And it's Beckham. Shapes to shoot. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Gilberto Silva. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Quadrado providing an outlet on that flank. Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Turkey have their second corner now. And he thumps it clear. And it's Maldini. Beckham. Goal kick, as confirmed by the referee. Gilberto Silva gathers from the goal kick. In with the challenge. Played with finesse. Vinicius Junior! Quadrado. Portugal are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Back into the middle. Beckham, who does have an assist to his name. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Beckham, and Beckham! It's a goal! And with that goal comes comfort. That really was a thing of beauty, curled in effortlessly.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And it's half-time here. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first-half success with another show of strength?
Turkey sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. That gets things going for the second half. No reported change to either side during the break. Now it's Pedri. And that has left him in a heap. Well, they've got it again. Torres. Nicely weighted ball. And that's not going to reach. Evair. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
And no, he's seen through all of that. Pedri did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Portugal are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
The attendance for this match
Gnabry.
71,550.
Jota stood up well to him there. Gnabry. That is a great pick out. Endrick. Shot a goal! They want to be quick to recover this. Has a shot! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Portugal are showing good urgency, but they have to place more emphasis on service into the box.
Substitution for Portugal, number 6.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Endrick, number 26. Pedri, number 4. Franz Beckenbauer, number 17. Van Nistelrooy, coming on the field.
Haaland.
Number 11.
Owen.
Number 18. Didier Drogba.
Turkey still have the cards to affect this game.
Rodri, number 5.
Drogba receives it in a good position here. Adriano.
Substitution.
And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Diogo Jota. He's found a way through. Chance to finish. No, he's missed it.
Diogo Jota put absolutely everything he had into that. Maybe better luck next time.
Aim forwards. Adriano. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Diogo Jota. He's had a hit! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Diogo Jota just got a little carried away with himself there. He knew he could have clinched it.
Turkey have their third corner. That's headed upfield. And here's Jota. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Belts one. And that would have been game, set and match. Pass is just off target. Great chance! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Almost the perfect move. Almost. The finish just wasn't quite at the same level.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's having a hit! Oh, should have put that away. Turkey get their fourth corner. He's tried one! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
Owen. Owen is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Davids deals with shapes to shoot! They are rampant! And the lead is extended still further. It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Turkey find a position of real strength now. Now it's Diogo Jota. Jota! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. The whistle has gone, and it is all over. Turkey pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We have already started here. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Now that's well seen too. Well read, nice interception. And here's Jota.
Well, if you judge a striker by his goals, Ruud van Nistelrooy has to be held in the highest regard.
He is a goal-scoring phenomenon.
Yeah, a real master who, when you think of his work, doesn't appear to have a weakness. As poachers go, he's supreme.
Beckenbauer kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, he's found support out wide.
Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the timing has to be spot on. When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Nicely aimed pass. Gnabry. And he's picked out the run. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Nakata. Nakata! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Nakata really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Good ball over the top. He's got the shot away! Goal, Milan!
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
The goal scorer for Milan after 19 minutes is number 13, Vinicius Junior. Vinicius
A 1-0 lead established.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And he can clear it away. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And Pedri! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's straight offside.
Turkey are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Torres is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Shifted upfield. Nakata. It's run loose here. Davids. It's a really well-measured ball. And the keeper's in command.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Gilberto Silva. Back into the middle. Jota! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Diogo Jota actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Has a look and place it forward. Pickford is there and he can get that clear. And it's Beckham. Evair. Oh, this looks sharp. Nakata. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Evair.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Costa Curta. He's not got that quite right. And he welcomes it in.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but when...
Oh, they could be caught out here. There's the shot! Sticks it away! Turkey are back in business. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, I think the keeper has every reason to rip into that defence for allowing him to get into such a good position.
49 minutes is number
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Turkey grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very...
And Van Nistelrooy! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's running through. Jota. Jota! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Turkey have their second corner now. And it's Beckham. Real chance! And it's a goal!
Oh, the skipper has made such an important difference to put them in the lead again, but they can't afford to retreat and defend for the rest of this second half. To do that would invite trouble. Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
substitution for Milan. Number 18, Van Nistelrooy.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
It's gone out for a throw-in.
That's good defensive concentration.
That's a sharp pass. Oh, the ball's gone astray. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Looks for the finish. It's their second corner of the game.
72,306.
Tries a header! That was superb goalkeeping.
Vinicius Junior is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 3 coming up. Milan can try it again now. So their fourth corner of the game. Gilberto Silva attempts a clearance. And it's played forward.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Jota. Got a shot away! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
So will they make it count again? And he's had a hit! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Turkey do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Cuadrado. Some front-footed pressing going on here. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
That is good alertness. Pedri. Gnabry.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Milan really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
That is a brilliant interception. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Chance for the header! And the lead stays intact, just.
Owen is looking pretty upset with himself. It should have been a leveller.
Pass somewhat off target. Beckham. It's a throw-in.
Substitution for Milan, number 13, Vinicius Junior. Number 26, Pedri.
Jota. The pressing's intense and it's paid off.
Number 5, France
Very
Beckenbauer.
much into the last knockings.
Number 23, Serge Gnabry. Coming on the field.
Can he latch on to this?
Number 20,
Bastoni kept aware and it is reclaimed easily.
Rodri. Number 4, Schneider. Number 10, Van Dijk.
And it's been given away.
Ludovic Jolie. Substitution in progress. 6 added minutes.
And it's Schneider. Drogba.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Davids. Jota. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Always onto this. Jota. Julie. And that will be the final act. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so... Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
He won't be happy with that one. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this guy, Rodri, was one of Europe's most coveted midfielders when he was on the market, and often seen as an integral component in the next generation of Spanish midfielders. He's got that outstanding quality of being able to shield the ball particularly well, and that is key to any holding midfielder.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Jota!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Out to the left it goes.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Beckham. Beckham. Succumbs to the pressure. Maradona is herring after that one. Nicked it back promptly. Oh, that's well spotted. So we're still where we started right now. Quadrado receives it in a good position here. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Beckham. Gilberto Silva. Torres. Here's Diogo Jota. Driving through the middle. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. Messi. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And that's put paid to a promising move. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Maldini. Torres. Look at the space here. Jota! Oh, that wasn't far away. Turkey with the corner, there first. Oh, what a climb! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Beckham. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. And we are up to the break.
Turkey ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in this second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Turkey have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances.
Messi! Tries to get it clear. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Vinicius Junior. Jota. Jota powering forward here. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Turkey clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Beckham.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
The attendance for this match was
And still, we await the first breakthrough. Vinicius Junior. Cuadrado. Now it's Cuadrado. That's a sharp pass. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's really well cleared. Oh, good ball, shots on here. Mbappe! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Now, and De Bruyne! Beckenbauer clears. Well, they've got it again. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe.
Egypt merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Substitution for Egypt, number 20.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Vinicius Junior. Coming on the field.
Musiala. De Bruyne.
Erling Haaland, number
Well,
42.
it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
Musiala. And here's Drogba, distributed tidily. Big header! No, not the best of headers. De Bruyne. Haaland.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
And that is as far as it goes. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither... Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And he's there to retrieve it. Fires from distance. Into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Manchester United just served up a reminder of how good they can be on the break. Their method is clear.
Now that looks a decent ball. Clips it so gently. Quarter of an hour played. It's a good spell of possession, this. Fired deep towards the back post. And he gets rid in a hurry. Turkey yet to have an attempt on goal. Jota.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me when we talk about one of the greatest pros. He exudes calm, elegance, intelligence, an Italian giant.
Evair. Torres. Torres! And that is wildly off target.
Turkey were again presented with an opportunity to break and look very, very threatening.
Oh, that's a key interception. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Bellingham. Now it's Bellingham! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited and they need filling, and fast.
And he's had it nicked away. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Played into space out wide. Keeper sees it all the way. Costa Curta spots it and intercepts. Torres. David Villa. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Look, it's a run defence's dislike, but the timing has to be spot on.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. It's a really well-measured ball. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Diogo Jota. He's picked his way through. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0.
Substitution for Turkey, number 20, Evair. Coming on the field is...
Whistle goes, and we start the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Fiddles it through. That looks a good ball through. And he's there to get it away. And that's David Villa! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Costa Curta is there, and he can get that clear.
Manchester United are totally
Got a shot away! Too close for comfort. Up towards the hour mark, and still no goals. Batistuta is wide and looking to get onto this. Beckenbauer. Now Costa Curta. Torres.
The attendance for this match was
It's gone out for a throw-in.
649.
Bellingham. No, that's been intercepted. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Oh, easy pickings there. Cafu. He's in plenty of space here. Torres. Oh, smashing header! Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Chips it through. Nice interception, well timed. David Villa. He shifted it to the flank. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
He's going for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Turkey showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now. Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
He can get that clear. The final 5 minutes.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Ah, good steal. He just read it. Torres.
There they go, hunting again.
Adriano. Number 13.
And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here.
24.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
Coming
That
on the
was well
field,
played, well
number
stopped.
18, Cristiano Ronaldo.
And that's that. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able... Well, it is a game which, in the grand scheme of things, may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Jota! And there's an early warning shot across the bow.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
Haaland. And that has been slung wide. The unmistakable Daniel van Bouten.
One of those players that's been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
And perhaps that's his greatest strength, Jim, his experience.
Certainly one of them, Peter, although for me his all-round game is what impressed most. He's a credible goal threat too, both inside the box and from range.
Yeah, he's got one mighty shot on him. I think it's true to say he once burst a ball while taking a free kick.
I can actually imagine that.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Foden. Osimhen. Jota. So it is still 0-0. Played back in. Adams cuts out the pass. Foden. Alexander-Arnold. Torres. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. Foden. Great hit! Oh, in for the pieces! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
Arsenal have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Big header!
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Back into the middle. Jota really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Plenty to aim at here. Played back in. And the whistle goes for half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break, 1-0.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Substitution for Turkey, number 20, Evair. Coming on
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Turkey can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Jota. Turkey have reclaimed it.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Maldini. Turkey come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Jota. Lobbed in behind. Oh, great! Tries a shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
The timing of the pass and run was exquisite. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, it's Adriano!
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Haaland. And it's Beckham. And here's Jota. He's having a go. Just not quite happening for him just now.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
He gets big. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? That's another chance. They've done it. And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Substitution for Turkey, number 7, number 13.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Adriano.
Number 49, Garnacho.
Oh, what has happened here?
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Quadrado. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well read, nice interception. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would...
Shot a goal! And that's a real chance missed.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Palmer. Always onto this. Mbappe. And he's gone looking for safety and claimed it back swiftly.
4 added minutes
Serginho.
indicated.
Palmer. Tries to get it clear. Garnacho. Van Dijk cuts it out. Conte. He's fizzed it forward. So that's it. It is all over. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of... Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Well, that has not gone well. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Van der Vaart. Jota. Oh, easy pickings there. Mbappe. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Quadrado providing an outlet on that flank.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
And he cuts out the supply. White puts his foot on the gas.
That's going in strongly.
Jota. Vieira makes the interception. Torres is sporting a guilty look after that.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Van der Vaart.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Pete.
And a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Mbappe absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Well read, nice interception. It's a sweet ball, that. It's a really well-measured ball. That's a throw. Costa Curta. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. And it's Beckham. Maldini, the man we've all come to watch. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Cuadrado. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Terrific header! Harmlessly behind.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, as one side has been significantly better, at least defensively.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And we are back on the way.
Turkey are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Hernandez.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
And it's played forward. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
And he's managed to get free. And that's been drilled in. Spread it left. Dinks one through. Gilberto Silva cuts it out. Beckham. Can he get it through? Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Attendance for this match was 70,987.
Shade too heavy. Keeper can pick that up. Gilberto Silva kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Jota. Torres. Oh, good ball. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Nesta promptly onto that, and that is that. Jota. Oh dear, less said about that pass the better.
Turkey merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Beckenbauer cuts out the pass.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Back into the middle. Jota. He's got a side of goal. It's loose. Oh, it's fallen loose again. Oh, that's incredible. And that might well be that. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Substitution for Turkey, number 7,
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Turkey take what looks to be a decisive lead.
There's still a bit left in it, Peter, but they should find the necessary to avoid a slip-up now.
Garnacho. Now the finish! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Number 23, Adams. Number 21, Alessandro Bastoni. Substitution in progress. 2 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Garnacho. And that is that. Turkey have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Please be made aware.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. And he's had a hit! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Foden gets it away. Gilberto Silva. Brazil are looking to go forward now. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, this looks sharp. João Neves. Oh, that's a key interception. David Villa. Shot a goal! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Villa has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
He's through here, and he's cut it out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Tries a shot! Goal! Brazil! The breakthrough strike!
perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Brazil have fired themselves in front.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Batistuta. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Jota really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Dink through. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Brazil clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And he thumps it clear. 15 minutes till half-time. Gilberto Silva. Oh, good spread. Now that's well seen too. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Played out to the right. Cuadrado. It's a throw-in. Time and again they are repelled. And he was quick to react. Out of play for a throw. And that's definitely not his best. And that's another throw. Jota. Beckham. And it's Beckham. Now it's Cuadrado. And we hit half-time. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substitution for Turkey, number 20, Evair. Coming on to replace him is...
So off we go once more.
Turkey can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Belletti. Beckham. Van Dijk deals with that comfortably. And he's managed to get rid. Maldini spots it and intercepts. Can he get it through? Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Jota. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He has found the way through. Hits one! Really well taken goal. 2 up now, and they are cruising. And that really is so impressive. Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. No, that's been intercepted. No, that pass has been well intercepted. He's having a go! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
The attendance for this match was 70,987.
And here's Beckham. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Corner number 2 then. Ruben Diaz is there and he can get that clear.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Pizarro. Oh, the shot could be on here. Turkey can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Torres. And he's quick to get it clear again. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, good-looking ball. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. That's tidy. Joao Neves stood his ground strongly.
Brazil are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Torres. Played into space out wide. Torres. There's the delivery. Oh, smashing header! And one more try! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Drogba actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
So, third corner of the game. Big header! And somehow he has kept that out. And that was very necessary. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
There will be 3 minutes added.
Oh, that's an inviting ball. Now it's Pizarro. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that's really well manoeuvred. And it's Maldini. Cuadrado. Goalkeeper's ball. And that's it. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
I'm afraid
Well,
to
after
tell
all
you
of that,
we
Jim,
expect
what are you
this match
thinking?
to be heavy
Turkey
after
desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. And already we're underway here. Referee's given a throw. Gilberto Silva. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Guti is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And he's in on goal.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And no, that was never going to make it. And claimed it back swiftly. Pass somewhat off target. João Neves. Always onto this. Chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
Juli is offering a wry smile there.
Milan with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Tries to get it clear. Turkey have the chance to go the other way. Oh, that's fabulous.
Oh, really well played.
Jota. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Torres. Brilliantly cut out. Aim forwards.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Jota. Distributed tidily. Cuadrado. Turkey yet to have an attempt on goal. Threads one in. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
No, that's been intercepted.
Jota.
Torres. Now Costa Curta. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And he's quick to snatch it back. Maldini. Jota. Van Dijk simply refused to be outdone there. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
That was just poor decision-making and a
Chance to finish! A skipper's goal!
Well, how great was the strike that jolted the whole stadium into life? The skipper grabbing the contest by the scruff of the neck with impeccable timing. The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Turkey are in front now, the game's only goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And we hit half-time. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Turkey go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead.
Substitution for Milan. Number 69, Owen.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Number 18,
Turkey carrying a one-goal lead. He's got away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's tried one! He's got away with one there. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Torres. Costa Curta. Great position here. Jota! And again! It's in! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Jota. Batistuta. And that has put paid to that. And it's Beckham. Back into the middle. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And he's running through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, no joy this time. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Maldini. Well, that is one way to stop him. Roberto Carlos. Maldini does really well to win the ball there. Thuram. Evair looking understandably energised after his goal. Quality ball. Turkey have time on their side now, as well as a two-goal lead. It is just about done. Batistuta, and Batistuta! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Batistuta has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Substitution for Milan, number 9.
So, time for
Batistuta.
changes on
Number
both sides,
14,
actually.
Chouameni. Number 87, Joe Neves. Guti.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Fires from distance.
Guardiola.
And the goalkeeper watches it past.
Maradona. Substitution in progress. 2 added minutes has been indicated.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Goes looking wide. And the referee brings it to a close. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. And he's been shifted off it. Beckenbauer kept his eye on it, and he's there. Jota. He's in plenty of space here. Torres. Well, now here's Adriano, quite an enigma.
That probably best describes him. A fabulous natural talent that can be erratic.
And it's Maldini. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And there's green grass ahead of him. It's a loose ball. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Owen. Cleared away. And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Maldini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Torres. Turkey yet to have an attempt on goal. Evair.
This is the time you need that pace.
That is good strength. Now who's going to be first to this? Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He's got tall. Goal! Turkey! And Turkey take the lead. Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
Fires from distance. And they've got rid. Chouameni, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, this looks sharp. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Roberto Baggio. Adriano. Adriano!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Oh, that's been cut out. Well played. Jota.
There will be 1 minute.
And he's picked out the run. Chance with a header! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Turkey head in, having made the crucial breakthrough, and to that end there is a degree of satisfaction there. The lead by no means decisive yet, but so far so good. 1-0 at the break. So we're straight back. Oh, he's taken it. Maldini. Maldini got a long way forward to join the attack. Oh, he's bustling through here. Costa Curta. Beckham looks to get on the end of this. And it's Cuadrado. Cuadrado. Ah, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
Adriano really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
He's got a... Has a go! Adriano finds himself offside.
The attendance for this match was 71,898.
Adriano. Toure promptly onto that, and that is that. Can he finish? And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Beckham gets a good foot in there. Now it's Ronaldinho. He's found a way through. Very nicely done. Turns and goes back. Roberto Baggio. Maldini attempts a clearance.
Botafogo are definitely going about this the right way.
This is... Hits one! They've scored! Botafogo back on level terms!
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way. Turkey showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
And it's Baggio. Pinches it off him. Spread neatly. Jota.
Oh, that was one big...
That's that, the end. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be. And Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And expectations are rising, and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. That's a sharp pass. And here's Cuadrado. And here's Cuadrado.
Oh, great feat, that.
Cuadrado stood his ground strong. Terrific header! Oh, he has stuck it into his own net!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is. It's a huge moment for the game and a shocking moment for him personally, but it happened at the best possible time. This is recoverable.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Haaland. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Evair. Costa Curta. Caught offside that time. Quarter of an hour played. Haaland. Haaland was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Cuadrado. And that should get the job done. De Bruyne. Maldini gets over and intercepts. That's a little off target. And here's Jota. Turkey are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. He steps in and that's the end of that. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. De Bruyne. And that interception was most necessary. Ah, he's given it away. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Gilberto Silva. Bellingham. Oh, good ball. He might be in. Griezmann! They've scored! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And it's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Al Nassr grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing.
1 minute added time.
Jota providing an outlet on that flank. Adams. And the whistle goes for half-time. Turkey head back in at the break after a first half that has been, from a scoreline point of view in any case, an even one. Both sides have contributed in equal measure, neither looking overly under pressure from the other. And at the break, glass half full, half empty. It's 1-1. So both teams heading off for the break. An interesting game has brewed up here, hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half, but the score at half-time is 1-1. So we're straight back at it. Jota! Just off target.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Jota. Costa Curta. It's a sweet ball, that. He's got tall. Oh, he's been caught napping. Turkey different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Costa Curta. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Jota cuts a frustrated figure right now, he just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And here's Drogba. Turkey are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Now it's Haaland. Griezmann. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Irwin. Rodri. Beckham. And it's Beckham. Torres. Climbs up big! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. And that's been won straight back. Speculative strike. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Substitution for Turkey, number 7, number 13, Diogo Jota. Number
Oh,
10,
good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
number 3, Belletti. Coming on the field.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Garnacho.
Irwin goes short. Up for a header!
Number 21.
Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Substitutions taking place.
Garnacho. And it's Maldini. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Big chance! That is good alertness. Plays a sharp little ball here. He is through here!
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
And he's cut it out. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get. Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Turkey with the corner, they're first. Defending of the desperate variety. Liverpool have the chance to go the other way. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Moved on forwards. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He has found the way through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
It's a mighty effort! Goal! Turkey! Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Garnacho. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Garnacho. Looks to clip it forward. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Oh, that's ambitious. Just off target.
Fabinho usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
He rises! Oh, the ball's... And it's come back out to him. In for the pieces! That's a half-decent try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Garnacho. Turkey are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. And he's managed to get free. Great hit! Just not quite happening for him just now.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Very nearly half an hour gone here. Maldini, the man we've all come to watch.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Guti. He's found a way through. Oh, well played, well played. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Out to the left it goes. Garnacho. Garnacho. Oh, this is a terrific run. Garnacho! It's in! Two to the good! They have breathing space! And that really is so impressive. Turkey are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Timber. Guti. David Villa. Oh, that was vital. Garnacho. Torres. Costa Curta. That's good vision. Diogo Costa getting this one clear. And the first 45 minutes are up. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Turkey ahead 2-0, and they are looking good.
Substitutions taking place.
That gets things going for the second half. Luis Suarez. Beckham. Cuadrado. Beckham. Passing is crisp and sharp. He can run onto that. Garnacho. Beckham. Oh, that's a key interception. And he gets rid in a hurry. Torres is always looking to play quality balls. He's in plenty of space here. He's shifting through the gears here. Another chance from a corner.
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. And he'll shoot here! He's missed, but not by that far.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Match was 70,987.
Garnacho. Garnacho. Garnacho! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, the work rate to win the ball back was fantastic, and it set up the opportunity. That's great effort.
Garnacho. Evair does have his name on the score sheet, of course. The message is clear, none shall pass. Torres. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Garnacho. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And that's put paid to a promising move. That looks a good ball through.
Torres, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
He gets big! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And now they can spring out of defence. And they're not going to make any further progress now.
1 minute added time.
And he was alert to it. And that will be it. Turkey can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. Certainly more results-driven as they went about their business in an efficient manner. Evair voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all.
I'm afraid to
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters. Jota! Wonderful!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
He has given that the lot. Bang!
Yeah, I just thought he made great use of his upper body there. It would have taken something really special to keep that out.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Gilberto Silva gets it clear. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He's shifting through the gears here. Well seen, saw that coming. That was Jota! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Oh, that's well spotted. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Jota. And now the hit. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh dear, less said about that pass the better. He is through here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ronaldinho. Well seen, saw that coming. Ronaldinho showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press.
Chance to... It's hit the crossbar! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Kimmich. Threads one in. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Diogo Jota. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's cut it out. And that has been clubbed away. Maldini. Oh, good spread. And here's Beckham. And it's Beckham. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Jota. Lovely feet. Costa Curta. Now it's Diogo Jota. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Batistuta. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Torres. That is a great pick out. And it's half-time here. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak may be all it needs to change it.
Turkey head in, having made the crucial breakthrough. And to that end, there is a degree of satisfaction there. The lead by no means decisive yet, but so far so good. 1-0 at the break.
Thank you very much for your cooperation. Substitution for Turkey, number 13, Diogo Jota. Coming on the field is number 49, Garnacho.
There's the start of the second half. Turkey carrying a one-goal lead. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the fires from distance. They want to be quick to recover this. Delivers across. And he gets rid in a hurry. Torres. Now it's Cuadrado. He's got away. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Torres. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. And a header! He has done it! And that for him is goal number 10.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
1,898.
Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, no joy this time. Nicely aimed pass. No way through there. Turkey perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Ball swung. He gets big! Cleared without hesitation. Quality ball.
Garnacho really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn. Turkey have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
And it's Beckham. Beckham unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Torres. And he was quick to react. Adams. Passes coming off in quick succession here. He might be in here! Saka! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, we were anticipating this. They're very much set up for the counter-attack, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Substitution for Turkey, number 7.
So here comes a substitution.
Franz Beckenbauer, number 3.
And it's Batistuta.
Coming on
And
the
no,
field,
that was never going to make it.
number 18, Cristiano Ronaldo. Number
That's gone for a throw-in.
23, Adams. Number 21, Alessandro Bastoni.
Van Dijk. Garnacho. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Garnacho! That carried quite a threat. And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there. 2 minutes to be added on. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality. Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Jota! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Diogo Jota clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. That's going to go a long way. And here's Beckham. And Beckham!
Turkey have created a real intensity from the start, and there's no sign of any let-up.
And he's only too happy to take that back. That's a shade optimistic. Now it's Pedri. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Cleared away. Serginho has a look and plays it forward. Torres.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Kante spots it and intercepts. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Distributed tidily. And he's quick to snatch it back. And no, that was never going to make it. Over to the left. Torres. Oh, no joy this time. Oh, perfectly measured that. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Conte. Gremio upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Well, that's been cut out, well played. And here's Beckham.
Maldini really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Oh, what a climb! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
This is promising. Now then, the ball's come loose. Pedri. And it's Messi. Luis Suarez. Now the finish! Marvellous goal!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him. Gremio clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
A 1-0 lead. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Quadrado is in a really good position out wide. Turkey come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Serginho. Garnacho. Beckham looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get...
Garnacho! And that's caused a worry or two. Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. And he cuts out the supply. Adams. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Turkey are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Costa Curta. Now there's a fight. Hits one! Goal! Turkey are back in business.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides, and with such great individual talent on show, it could go either way.
Turkey perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. No, he's had it taken off him. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Spread neatly. Serginho. Oh, that's clever. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Substitution for Turkey, number 20, Evair.
And that's definitely not his best. Short changes him with that pass. And he's picked out the run. Now it's Cuadrado. Costa Curta. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Roberto Carlos. And he's cleared it back out. Crossed in. He's got tall. Oh, should really have made more of that.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Stood up well to him there. And that will be the final act. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The action has already started. That pass has been well intercepted. Garnacho. That's been cut out, well played. Oh, that's fabulous. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That's a shade optimistic.
Well, Peter, this is certainly a man who can make all the difference.
King Eric, surely one of the greatest. There's the hit! Goal! Inter! And Inter go in front. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Well, the ball flight may be unpredictable, but the predictable part was the technique. It screamed goal all the way.
Turkey finding themselves unexpected. Real chance! Sticks it away! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
Inter clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And it's the goalkeepers to claim. And that's been won straight back. Costa Curta. Torres, he's found a way through. And he's taking no chances there. Turkey with the corner, they're first. In for a header! And that's caused a worry or two.
Evair did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again. Turkey really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And it's Azar. Cantona, who has set up 2 goals. And a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Turkey are looking to go forward now. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Garnacho. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now?
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into...
Shot a goal! Oh, taken with style! A goal at a really telling moment.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
There will be 3 minutes.
Garnacho cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to...
Cantona! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Cantona has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
He's looking to set free a runner. Can he get onto this? He's got tall. No mistake. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Turkey come out of a half that has been quite extraordinary on many counts. High scoring, truly exciting, but neither side able to hold a lead. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, who would have expected both teams going in level after that? Lots of drama, and Peter, please don't ask me to pick a winner.
What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2.
Substitution in progress.
The second half then, just getting going. What a throw in. Oh, a delicate chip through. Gilberto Silva cuts it out. Garnacho. Gilberto Silva. Turkey come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Garnacho. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Played out to the right. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Costa Curta looks to clip it forward. Threads one in. Garnacho. And it's Beckham.
The attendance for this
Pedri.
match was 71,500.
Bojan. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Gilberto Silva gets over and intercepts. And it's Beckham. That's a good ball out wide. Just eases him off the ball. Hazard. Turkey perhaps contemplating their next change here. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't.
Oh, he's been caught napping! Opts to play it back. It's Hazard! Great chance! It's and another try! Goal! Inter! And they're back in front! David Villa at his razor-sharp best there.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Tries a shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now that's well seen too. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, he couldn't quite make it. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Batistuta. Roberto Carlos clears it away.
Turkey have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that is as far as it goes. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport.